Welcome to PLOPP.
Another week.
The 11th week. We're still here.
I know.
This is amazing. I am Deshon Gray.
And I am Sacha Granger.
And if you're looking
today.
Okay. And if you're looking at us on YouTube, Instagram, or Facebook, you see this redheaded diva here today.
Right.
That is. Tell the friends your name. We call everybody friends. Tell them friends your name.
Hello, my name is Gina, or Gina Views on Instagram and Twitter.
That's what I'm talking about, Gina Views. Gina Views gonna sit with us for a couple hours, and we gonna plop on down. In case you all are tuning in for the first time, PLOPP is people love other people's problems.
Mm-hmm. A little bit.
A little bit. We're going to plop on this sofa. We're going to figure out if we can save some problems or if we just talking about people's problems. Normally, we try to make it a ministry of some sort, so we try to come to some resolve and try to make those things come back to us.
A little bit.
A little bit. We do that.
Mm-hmm.
We are on the Accelerated Radio Network.
Mm-hmm.
And we're also on Spreaker, iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio, your mama's living room sofa. We are we everywhere. We trying to be.
True.
We're trying to be on that Oprah shit. Queen of all media, ain't that what she is?
That's what she is.
Work it. And if they want to see us, how they do that?
Well, you can log in. You should also go follow us at PLOPP Life.
Please follow and subscribe.
Yes. And if you're on there already, you can watch us on PLOPP Life on Instagram. Some people are tuned in. You can also watch us on YouTube and Facebook. But if you want to listen to the music that's playing in between, because although some people have told us last week they like to hear the gossip in between of what's going on. But if you want to listen to the music, you can go and log into, is it YouTube where they can hear everything?
YouTube,
everything that's going on.
Behind the scenes and everything.
Right.
Is John St. James going to come on tonight on your Facebook, girl?
You know,
is that his name?
Yeah.
Is it St. James?
Okay. Well, Eric
St. James. In Miami.
Florida. Yes.
Call us, baby.
Right. We want to hear from you.
Give him your number, Sacha, please.
310-910-9676, extension number 1.
That is her number.
So you guys can talk to us and talk to Gina Views, because she will be excited to take calls from all of our friends.
She does want to.
who are listening, yes.
She absolutely. Don't you want to talk to the people, girl?
Yes, I do. And it's juicy tonight.
It is, honey.
Yes.
I love Gina.
Yeah.
I just met her tonight. I love her. I do. I love all this red here because, I'm red. Well, it's a little darker today.
Yeah, you did.
But I've been a red.
You did, yeah.
I've been a little darker today because I didn't want to separate,
Well, your lipstick, though, is almost matching.
Well, it's orange.
But it's cute.
Aren't you glad it's not red?
Oh.
That was a funny thing.
Cute.
Random shit? Random vent? She likes to be pupper. Yeah. I'm a cusser.
While we're on things about orange.
Oh, did it go into that like that?
Yeah, nice little segue.
I put orange lipstick on for that. I didn't even know.
Nice little segue.
She didn't even tell me that either.
Random information. I like to always go and look at some random facts. So, no word in the English language rhymes with the word orange.
Really?
Month, silver, or purple. Did you know that? No.
Really?
Word. Yes.
Don't tell that to Eminem.
No? Why not?
Oh, well, yeah.
As far as orange goes.
Right.
Wait a minute. We have been completely disrespectful.
But we have been.
Completely disrespectful.
We need to go back. We have to go back.
We rewinding the shit.
We are.
I don't know. And it's right up on the damn rundown sheet. How did you not introduce A+? Like, really?
A+.
I'm in the building, blessed and highly favored.
Blessed and highly favored.
We love A+.
We love him to pieces.
Right.
Nah, but Eminem, he actually spoke about that on an interview.
He did.
And he talked
about what?
About the word orange.
Okay.
How they said that, there's no word that rhymes with it.
Okay.
And him being the rapper, him being the MC and whatnot, he was like, you know what, I'm going to take that as a challenge. And he actually did rhyme the word orange in a rap.
Really?
Really?
But
what word did he? Was it a made-up word?
Right.
But one thing about hip hop, we like to tweak words. We like to
tweak
pronunciation.
Right.
So he flipped it and he said oranges, syringes.
Okay.
The pronunciation.
But according to that was a little bit of cheating.
Come on, cheater, pumpkin eater. But we like.
He got clever. But and also, look, since we're on the English language.
Come on, English language.
In the English language, dreamt DREAMT is the only word in the dictionary that M ends in MT. So that's my random facts.
Okay.
Google it.
Google it. Google it. I like that. Google it.
We should use that as a soundbite.
Google it.
Right.
That shit is funny.
Soundbite.
Gina, you have anything random to say?
No.
Come on, Gina, anything.
Girl,
I've been sitting here this whole time trying to figure out what am I going to say that's random, and nothing is coming to mind.
Nothing's coming out? Well, I'm going to say something, then maybe we'll come back. And you might feel like you want to say something. I was listening to the radio the other day, and I was listening to Stephanie Mills talk about, her career, some things on her life, whatever the case may be. And you know how we talked about how they're banning different world leaders and different people who are just who they call radical.
Yes.
One of the people that we talked about that they banned was Minister Louis Farrakhan. And she said she's known him, because I saw her post about him when they talked about they were going to ban him, and she was just like, that's Pops. And she was like, she's known him since she was 17 years old.
Really?
And she is now 62. And she said, and they asked her, said, well, you call him Pops? And she said, yes. Or what, are you a Muslim? She said, no, I'm a Muslim. She said, they said, oh, okay, well, who else calls him Pops? She said, nobody. She says, well, she wanted to say that he does not hate Muslims. I mean, he doesn't hate Jewish people or white people or gay people. She said it's very odd that you can hate somebody that you haven't even had a conversation with.
Right.
But I know for myself, I am very well aware that people don't need a reason not to like you. They don't have to have a conversation with you. But it is an odd type of individual that would dislike a person that they never even met. But she told a story about how when she wrapped up The Wiz, she met him when she was 17 when she finished The Wiz, and he gave the rap party for the Wiz when they were on Broadway.
Did.
And she was 17, and she says Andre DeShields, she said was one of the choreographers with the late great Jeffrey Holder. She says he's very gay, and she said his lover had passed away, and she presented Minister Louis Farrakhan with his ashes, and he accepted them gladly and keeps them to this day.
Really?
Yeah. So all these things that you just thinking about a person that you would just think you have figured out, it dispels all of the accusations and the things that you think you know about a person or think a person is based on a piece of a speech or something that they've said, because you've never really even heard him incite anything that she said. The only thing that he does not like is injustice. Amen to that.
Right.
But that was my random. I was like, I don't think a lot of people know that.
No, I didn't know that.
I would have never guessed that.
Not at all.
At all, period. But yeah, she was like, ain't no kind of people like that. I don't know why people going around saying that. But because
they like to take the sound bites, like you said. And I don't know.
Or gossip.
Well, and I don't know if maybe years ago he said some inflammatory remarks. People have a right to change their point of views later on.
Yeah. But that was 40-some years ago.
Right. If that was the case and he's not preaching that anymore, why ban him today? I didn't understand them lumping him into the category of some of the other radical people who are actually preaching hate. But I digress.
Well, okay.
We got anything random now, Gina?
No, I was trying to think of what rhymes with purple.
Yeah! Random. Blurple, yerple, curple, urkel, turtle. No, they don't rap with purple. Did I make that up? Well, can we send some prayers out to Doris Day?
We can.
Doris Day passed away. She was 97.
97.
The girl next door. She was the first actress to have a number one movie in the box office and number one hit on Billboard.
Really?
At the same time. Yeah, she sang.
Doris Day.
Doris Day passed away. She was 97. She had pneumonia. Also, Tim Conway. He passed away this morning from the Carol Burnett Show.
Oh, I did read that on Yahoo. Yes.
Yes, he did.
He was so funny.
He was funny as all outdoors, and God bless him for making people laugh in heaven. But he was hilarious. I loved him. I watched
her. She had I think it was last year, a 50th year anniversary show that was on CBS.
Oh, for Carol Burnett?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And the clips that they showed with them, I couldn't I didn't understand as a child how funny it was.
Hilarious.
Yes.
Carol Burnett is like, that show was hilarious.
It really was.
Girl, whenever she did Eunice and Mama, I would die. That's Mama families come from.
Yeah.
Carol Burnett show.
Carol Burnett.
And Peggy Lipton, too. Peggy Lipton was from the Mod Squad. That's Quincy Jones' baby mama. That's Kadada's mama. To his daughter. She was never married to him, but she passed away too.
I read that too.
72 years old.
72. Cancer, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cancer.
For Tim Conway, they said he was battling a disease for a long time, and they said it wasn't Alzheimer's and it wasn't something else.
Really?
They didn't say what it was, but I guess it ain't nobody's business. He's passed away. He's gone on to glory.
Right, because you don't have to share it.
You don't have to share, but 97, Jesus. Who's this episode sponsored by today?
You know what?
Can we figure it out?
I think I have an idea. Hi, Kennel Williams, asking for a shout out. Hi, Brandon. The sponsor for today.
Hi, Kennel. Thank you, Kennel.
Oh, thanks, Kelly. The sponsor for today is Cheesecake de Granger. Yes, and Cheesecake de Granger, if you don't know, for those who haven't been tuning in and living under a rock, Gina, do you know who Cheesecake de?
No, I don't
Come
know.
closer.
Cheesecake de Granger is an online bakery that delivers over 65 flavors of cheesecake cupcakes throughout Los Angeles. Some of our most popular flavors are ambrosia, food of the gods, pineapple. We also have pomegranate, peanut butter,
New England
cheddar,
Snickers.
Right. Anything that you can make. We actually had some special requests this week. Come on, keep them coming. www.cheesecakedegranger.com.
Watermelon grape.
We do have
peanut butter and jelly. I know. I know the flavor.
www.cheesecakedegranger.com. Yes. And we love special requests. We had some special requests this week that pushed us
what's the phone number?
310-774-6701. You can call or text us.
You can do that.
Yes.
We thank you. For today's topic, this comes from Miss Granger. She said, I want to talk about when is it okay to, do we know when it's okay to gossip?
We do know when it's, I know when it's okay to gossip.
Is it okay to ever gossip?
Sometimes.
Yes.
It is. If it wasn't, I think all of us up here be out of a fucking job. But I guess it is. At some point, we can get into that. We're going to have to figure out what gossip is first.
Right, we do.
Yes, but we have a section in our show that we call Flip and Rotate. Did I say it right today, A+? Because I called it something else before. I came up with the shit.
Yes.
I did, thank you. We have Flip and Rotate, and that's when we talk about what can consider to be gossip.
Right.
But it's just issues that's going on, and we flip and rotate, and that just comes from, this is a big virtual sofa. We can explain it. You feel like it's a big green sofa? You feel comfy?
Yeah.
You know how you're cleaning your sofa out, and you're looking for something, you're like, check under the seat cushions. Sometimes you have over there that you need to look for. Sometimes stuff you didn't even know you needed is under there.
Right.
And then you flip it back over, honey, you got a new sofa, so we flip and rotate. So we're going to see if we can flip and rotate some of these issues, honey. In that section, we'll be talking about one of them sisters, Kim Kardashian West. Also, Danielle Pantaleo, who is actually started to go on trial for. He was the cop who murdered Eric Garner. Yeah, murder.
Yes.
I say murder. And also Illinois' cannabis bill.
Yes.
They're having some
quite interesting,
very interesting delays and views about that, which is, we don't touch about that. But in the news, very quickly, Steve Harvey, they drugged the shit out of him on Twitter.
Did they? Why?
For what?
Steve Harvey, and the crazy part about it is people be so, I don't know if people just be bored or what. He said made a comment, he was talking about how rich people don't sleep 8 hours a day.
Yes,
and if you sleep 8 hours a day, that's a third of the day, which it is.
Right.
And he was like, you need to get, people took it the wrong way. And it's a clip from 2015. I don't know why it's relevant in 2019, 4 years later.
That's what they do. They go and dig for gossip.
So what do y'all think about that?
I mean, I think he had a valid point.
Yeah, I think
They
so.
drug the shit. Thank you.
He had a valid
They
point.
drugged the hell out of him, and I think I did too.
Why did they drag him though?
I believe
so
he
what
said
were they
something.
saying?
Didn't he say like if you're in Los Angeles, someone in New York is 3 hours ahead of you?
Yes.
So while you're asleep, that person can get the opportunity that you were supposed to have.
What he said was that we are 3 hours behind, which we are. And he said in New York the stock market has already been open 3 hours and you sleep.
Right.
He said people are already making decisions about your life.
Right.
He said it's impossible for you to get up and be productive if you're a person who lives in LA and get up at 8 o'clock in the morning. I know I get up at a quarter to fucking 6 o'clock every day. I ain't rich yet, but I understand it is a concept of about. And he did speak about a Bible verse, which is very true. And he was and it's just like if you don't understand it, because and Twitter people on Twitter got on there and they always call it Black Twitter. I don't,
I know, because it's it's a whole nother lane for Black Twitter.
But that's who did it, because I guess everybody else either don't care or don't give a damn or don't know.
No.
But he just was. They just got into him and they made some very. They tore him up.
What did they like? What?
Well,
Come on! I know you got
messy.
some. Just
messy.
a little bit.
Yeah,
Just
it's
give us
messy.
one or two little snippets. Come on.
Well, I'll say this. One of the things they was like they said that he sounds like a prosperity preacher. He always talking about this and the third. But I'm like, don't you want to listen to people telling you how to get some money?
Right.
He's not an actual preacher.
No, I think
But
he's a
he's
great
ministering.
motivational speaker.
He
though.
is. He go off the cusp sometime, but you know what? On that level right there, and it was like, oh, rich people don't say that because they were like Mark Zuckerberg and Bill Gates and what's his face? Warren Buffett. Talking about they get all these hours of sleep, 6 hours of sleep. And talking about when you rich, your money works for you. Probably so now, but trying to get that,
you're working.
You got to get off your ass and go get it. What happened to the early bird catches
Maybe
the worm?
him saying rich people don't sleep was probably misworded. Maybe
they were offended by that.
Yeah.
People trying to get the bag.
Exactly.
Yeah. Maybe they were offended by the word rich.
The up and coming people, the go getters. Maybe he should have said.
But a lot of them do. But you know what the thing about it is that people always can misconstrue that as well because he said rich people, but they were like rich. But Warren Buffett and all them said this, but they might have been talking about rest because rest and sleep ain't the same thing.
Right.
Because these are also people who can afford to go on vacation for 2 months straight and not worry about it.
Right. Mm-hmm. But like you said, though, their money has already accumulated. It's just working for them at this point. They don't have to do much to maintain.
There's levels to it.
It's levels to it.
It is.
Christopher Darden. What you do with the thumb? He petitioned to get the hell up off that case.
Expeditiously. Yeah.
Expeditiously as a motherfucker. He did. He was like his family
over.
and him and his family has been getting way too many death threats.
I don't know, what did he expect?
Thank you.
Yeah, I don't understand that either. Not saying that it's right.
Right.
But I don't know what he thought would happen.
Is that something that you really wanted to, like, I mean, it's very common for prosecutors to now become criminal defense attorneys.
Yes.
But did that a case you wanted to go on?
It was like out of all the things that are going on,
Thank
you picked that one.
Oh my God. He probably should have went and tried to get some of these people to get off of jail in this Varsity City Blues because Felicity Huffman, she went on and pleaded guilty, honey, and they told her that she gonna get 4 months in prison. She went and pleaded. They had her little situation yesterday. Was it today or yesterday? And she told him, I'll just take the 4 months.
We have a comment too.
What's the comment? Go ahead, comment.
Pierre, come to our hi, Pierre. Pierre said the reality is that even if you work 60 hours a week at $25 an hour, you're still not going to get rich. So that point is pretty much moot. I understand what you mean, Pierre.
Well, I also think that he might have been referring to people trying to be entrepreneurs, not working for someone else.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's why I think he worded it wrong.
Yeah.
He was, because they showed a clip of it, but I looked at the whole, it was about you getting up and making your own lane.
Right. Mm-hmm. But it's valid though.
It's very valid. Even it's valid for the simple fact that this is his venue.
Mm-hmm. Well,
right.
You're right.
I mean, he hasn't
always been established, so.
Thank you. So he know what he know how you do them shows and get on what they call the chitlin circuit and do all them comedy, them rooms that be like, somebody bathroom, basement, and, make a name for yourself.
He's speaking from his own perspective as well, because I can't imagine that he gets that much sleep as he's doing all these shows.
Girl, can
no,
you say that?
today.
Family Feud.
No.
Can you say that?
His own show. And
Well,
then
not
Thank
his own
you.
show anymore, but
Yeah.
And the radio show that
Yeah.
says
Right.
that starts at 6 a.m. and when you on radio for 6 a.m., don't you got to be there for like 5 or 4? Yeah.
yeah.
So I just can't imagine that he gets that much sleep. So
No.
He's speaking from his own perspective.
Right.
And then I'm sure he does things outside of what we see on TV.
Well, definitely we see him doing his little travels and going to, with his wife and stuff like that. So, but you have to do the work in order to be able to afford to do that.
Right.
Well, I guess another thing was parents' agenda. I think a lot of people, a lot of women especially, can maybe appreciate this particular story. And parents as well, too. They have the parents' agenda that they're doing actually in California. We're a little bit late.
Mm-hmm.
Where our Governor Gavin Newsom is on the straight up, like...
He's on the war path.
YouTube, can you say that again?
He is on the war path to
budget
get some things
Girl,
done.
He already got
I love
capital
Gavin.
punishment gone.
Uh-huh.
He's like, there should be no tax on tampons and diapers.
Which makes sense, though.
But the crazy part about it, there's already some states like New York and stuff like that who already don't have a tax on those things.
Right. Yeah,
And
there are already
Nevada,
some
too.
progressive states, but I'm glad that he's introduced this bill because I think it's necessary.
Well, him and his wife are doing it together, and they're like, you know what? It shouldn't be a tax on it because actually tampons and diapers are medically necessary.
They
They
are.
are. So they're like, why are you taxing something that's medically necessary? But they've been trying to do it here in California for the past 5 years and it's failed because I think off the taxes of it, they make like $20 million a year. You know they don't want to give up them coins too easily.
Well, I think with
Go
his
ahead.
whole thing, he's just trying to make living in California more affordable.
Thank
and that's
you.
why he's introduced this bill, because for people who don't know around the country, I mean, California is one of the most expensive places to live.
And it's huge.
It is. And with him introducing this bill for affordable living for families, especially young parents and parents with really young kids, they're trying to do a lot of changes to help them in raising the kid. I think they were saying diapers alone cost about $1,200 a year.
How much they cost,
for
girl?
diapers?
How much they cost, girl? Okay.
Right.
Shit, for real. And he's like, when you speaking about making it affordable, he wants to give $1,000. He wants to double the tax credit you get too.
Right, for
So
children,
for children,
people
for
who have
people-
children
yeah.
6 and under.
And he also wants to change the paid family leave from 6 weeks to 8 weeks.
Yes.
Which is, still a short amount of time in comparison when you think
But
about
it
places
makes
like Europe where you
sense.
off for a year
I know.
paid
I know.
when you have a baby. It's like, well,
But
here
you
you get a
know.
few weeks and they got to go back. Well, it's
But
crazy.
then they start talking about socialism and stuff.
Come on.
but-
And they say he's also wanting to add $134 million more to child care programs.
Yes.
And he says $80 million of that money is going to come from cannabis sales. Make that weed work for you.
Right. It should, though.
Do you know how much money they make in taxes off of cannabis a year?
That's why they've been fighting so hard to legalize it, because they know the money that could come from it.
But the crazy part about it is they using money that they using drug money. Missy, you get that drug? I call it that drug money.
Right.
Using drug money, but it's okay though. It's whatever.
They
Because
using
something
drug
about Illinois got that going on too. But we'll talk about that later though. But yeah, that's that girl. But they have until June 30th to decide these things. So we'll see at the end
I
of
hope
next
they
month.
work with Governor Newsom.
I hope they work with Governor Newsom too. He's also one, I guess very quickly too, he's also the one that's trying to get this pesticide ban going on
Yes.
for chlorpyrifos. I don't know how you say it. But it's actually been banned by the United States. Well, it's been showed to be harmful since 2001, but we still been using it. And they said they have,
But not a lot, though. They've reduced it.
well, they've reduced it a lot,
significantly.
yes. But they said they found 80%. 80% of it is found in the umbilical cord blood, and it's giving charging.
yeah.
It's causing brain damage in babies.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Yes.
and they use it to spray pests for like grapes, oranges, almonds, cotton,
Alfalfa.
walnuts, alfalfa. So that covers everybody. Really.
But the thing is, I know we need. Well, I don't even know, but what would be the alternative?
But they have alternatives.
They're working now.
They have alternatives. They said they are trying to. He has a $5.7 million proposal for an alternative because there's some places that use an alternative. But I guess it's gonna cost $5.7 million. He texting him. He's like, we gonna put this California money to some use.
He should,
and he should,
because we need to be protected, especially with pesticides. But I know I was reading that it said over the past 10 years they've reduced the amount that this pesticide has been used from like 2 million pounds to a little over 900,000 pounds. So it's been reduced by 50%, but now they want to totally eliminate it.
Right.
So, yeah.
They get it out of here. They like, get that shit out of here.
Right. Thank you. Look at y'all commenting. Look at Pierre said the Native Americans used to say that it takes a village to raise kids, which translate into helping families raising kids if we want to have a future. Thank you, Pierre. We totally agree. Well,
we do. Wasn't that an African?
Did we agree?
Proverb? But okay.
Yeah.
But Native American, African, same thing.
Right.
So anyway, a song. Listen.
Bloop bloop.
Please log into your Facebook accounts and your YouTube accounts and your Instagram accounts and follow and subscribe so that you can come and talk to and comment. If you want to call Gina. Gina, you know your number? Oh, she know it. Look.
Come on, Gina. 9676 extension 1.
She knows her phone number.
Go and talk to Gina, please.
You would never trip her up. She's a host. Okay. But we're going to take a little 2 seconds to the situation and then come back and talk to Miss Gina Views.
We will.
And Hoefessions. I had to say it like that. That's sexy.
That's sexy.
No, it was. Thank you. It's sexy.
So,
I'm going to go fix my
lipstick. I know, and I need to.
I didn't want to segue into giving a shout out to somebody after saying that. I was about to say shout out to Pierre Contois for checking us about our plastic. But that ain't got nothing to do with getting no head, though.
Thank you, Pierre, for making your comments, though. and look, and now from the segue to that song.
I feel so nasty when I hear that song. I'm like, damn, shit. Hear it again. We better. Oh no, just joking.
But now we're gonna speak to our guest for this evening for show number 11.
Come on, our friend
and
this guest and
Gina. Gina Views, everyone. The fire lady in the middle with the red hair.
Should I still be saying getting some hair? Getting some red.
Getting some
red. Okay.
And Gina is the hostess.
Yes, she is.
She does a lot of things. But
she does.
The main thing that we want to
She's
be
very
discussing
busy
with her this evening is her show called Hoefessions.
These are my Hoefessions.
Right.
I wanted to get T-shirts with that on it.
You do?
Really?
Yeah.
See?
Girl.
Yeah.
See, that's sickening because we wanted to. I was like, I wanted to do, you know, the little Prince song PLOPP Life. I wanted to do PLOPP Life, but I don't think that estate is off. They ain't going for it.
Keep working on it.
Keep working on it.
Anything is possible.
You better be encouraging, girl. Keep working on it.
But right now we're gonna work on Gina.
Come on now.
And Hoefessions.
These are her Hoefessions.
Gina, how did this come about? I mean, it's very catchy though, and I've watched a couple of your Hoefessions on Instagram. I did. Yes.
I told her I want a Hoefest. Can I Hoefest?
Right now?
Well, the doctor is in. You in, Dr. Ruth? You in?
So how did this come about, Gina? Talk to us.
All right. So I made Hoefessions during the time that the R. Kelly tapes was out.
Oh.
What was it? What was it called? Not the R. Kelly tapes. The
I Survived.
I Survived.
I Survived R. Kelly.
Yeah, and I was thinking like I should do something like this where people are telling me their story about something. Had to make it make sense.
Yes.
Of course that didn't make sense. But the broad part of it, I wanted people to tell me their stories.
Okay.
Where you at?
This was around the same time that the Whose Man Is This page came out.
Oh.
Yeah. So there was
that shit was hilarious.
Yeah. So
I'm out of the loop.
Oh, girl.
So basically, for those that don't know, it was a page called Whose Man's Is This? And basically what people were doing were submitting, it was kind of like a shit list.
Gossipy.
Where people were submitting pictures of guys with what they wanted to know about the person, and girls would comment beneath and let them know. Yeah, so the page didn't accept any men. They had only accept females.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when I saw the page, I'm like, they don't even know that they have gold right now. Like, they can make a show off of this. So I said, I commented on one of the pictures, and I said, let me know.
You know one of the fools on the picture?
Yeah, I had a boo on there. My boo was on there.
Your boo was on there?
Gina. On there, yeah.
Who wanted to? Did you? Who
no,
wanted
it
to know
was
about
cool. So what they said was, what they said about him was, yeah, I want to know if he has a girlfriend because he's been curving me for a long time. So everybody under the.
Word the fuck up to that dude right there. That's good. You didn't even know that.
So right.
That's awesome.
So everybody under the comments was like, he's gay. That's what everybody was saying in the comments. So I was like, yes.
She's like, he sure is, girl. Leave him alone, girl. He is gay queen.
So I commented under one of the pictures and I said, let me know when you guys are ready to turn this into a show. So then I had to think about it. I let my comment sit there for 3 seconds and I hurried up and deleted it because I'm like, LA will drag the fuck out of me. Like, I can't have this on here. I can't have anything to do with this page. So, like I said, so that page was booming at the same time the R. Kelly thing was going on. So I said, I need some, because I do have a web series called GXPO TV. Where I interview up and coming artists. So we produce ciphers, we do freestyle segments, we do events, all the above. It's basically the home for LA's underground rap scene.
Okay.
So
I find hype.
Yeah. Exactly. That's the slogan. Yeah.
Okay.
So I needed something to separate myself from music because I was becoming the cypher girl in LA and I wanted to be known for other things. I wanted people to know that I do wear several hats. So I said I need something to introduce myself to the audience because right now all I am is the person who gets on the camera and say, hi, it's your girl Gina. Welcome to season 5 of GXPO. Here's Reason, RJ, AD. Like, so I'm like, no, I need something so people can know who I am.
Right.
Okay.
And that's what Hoefessions is. That's how Hoefessions came about. You guys know who Charles Strawberry? Oh, okay. So you know Cheryl Strawberry?
Yes.
So every morning, literally every morning when I was in elementary, my grandmother would listen to the Steve Harvey Morning Show. Yeah. And I just remember people would send in their stories.
To the strawberry letter.
The strawberry.
So initially, like I said, I wanted to do it set up like how the R. Kelly thing was, where people were on camera, and I said people are not going to submit their stories,
right?
And I was thinking like, what is going to sell? Sex is going to sell. I'll have people send me their I'll have people send me their sex stories and tell me about their little dirty little things they do that they don't want anyone else to do. I mean, they don't want anyone else to know about.
Right.
And
anonymously,
correct. I also had a podcast called Panty Drawer where we would, and it was like all girls on the show. We had one guy, and we would basically talk about, the things that the average girl at home was afraid to say. So I was just trying to bring all that back and couple, into one. And literally, it was going to be called Sex Confessions. Okay. And I said, that's not catchy at all. Like, that's, And I'm like, I'm sure I can Google Sex Confessions and hella things will come up. Right. Exactly. So,
now when you Google Hoefessions, though.
Right.
Well, I actually hashtagged it. I actually hashtagged it. And it was something like where girls were... They would just like post a selfie and put Hoefessions on it, so it's not really booming or anything like that. I need to go copyright it real quick.
You do?
I need to go copyright it real quick. But yeah, so that's how Hoefessions came about.
I love it. Gina, tell the people where you're from.
I'm from Los Angeles.
LA native.
Yes.
Now, how long have you been doing? Well, you said just a couple of months, right?
Yeah, I'm actually on episode 11 too.
Yeah. They say make a wish on 11/11. 11/11.
So the one that dropped last night, that's episode 11.
Oh, so the one that I just watched and commented on.
Yeah.
With Jay.
Oh.
So can you tell us, like, what, in your opinion, what has been one of the most salacious stories that you have received?
I would say the one where the girls were in Las Vegas, and they went to Las Vegas to come up and not.
What does come up mean?
Right.
They went to Las Vegas to finesse to make some money.
Make some money doing what?
Anything. And what
Anything such as what?
What I got from.
Well, tell the people, they don't know.
What I got. Okay, so basically the story is called The Link Hotel. It was about, I think, 4 or 5 girls. They went to Vegas with no money, and they, in their mind, they're like, we're going to make some money, whatever.
They can use we're going to come back. What they want.
Yeah. Okay. We're going to come back with some money. So randomly, none of them. So it was one who had sex on her mind. The rest of them are like, we just gonna come up however we come up.
Okay. And they was gonna like clean floors and wash cars.
maybe meet like a baller or something.
Right.
And,
you know, the weekend. And
while he throw the dice.
Exactly. Yeah. So,
amen.
Just
there's
so
any
happened.
ballers out there who want to be in Vegas and don't want to throw the dice when we rub their shoulder. I will be there when you need me to be.
So amen. This guy, they see him. The guy's trying to talk to them, and then, long story short, he asks to have sex with all of them. So
that's a business.
So I read
that is a business.
There's a specific part. Y'all not gonna be on here talking about I said Pacific.
Hold up. This is Plop, girl. You ain't nobody gonna read you. You at home.
I'm talking about them.
They not gonna read. They're friends. They know that we don't read that. We don't read all that mess.
Okay.
You do that mess at Shirley House. We don't do that shit down here. We all good down here. Go ahead, bro. You can say Pacific. She said Pacific.
Specifically. No, but so this part of the story, the person hit me up and said I read it wrong, where they requested that he pay them $700, but I read it as if it was $700 in full, but it was $700 each. Correct.
Oh,
so yeah. So that's how much
for all 5.
Yeah.
Okay. So what they did, Gina?
So they end up going back to the hotel room. They were all faded. And I want to say they were like scared, maybe because it's not like they're hookers or anything. So they were like,
well, that's objective.
Well, now they are.
right.
So they were like scared, and one of the girls was on her period, and she said, if I start it off, then I won't have to have sex with him. So she gave him head. And then the other girls proceeded to have sex with him. He realized that the girl who gave him head first didn't have sex with him yet, so he said, come on, it's your turn. So she's like, oh no, it's no more condoms. So he's like, well, go get some while I'm fondling them. She goes and gets some, and she waits until they're done, and she gets back and they were paid.
Right.
Just so happened they actually know his girlfriend because he's from LA too.
No.
Yeah, it was tricky.
So wait a minute.
So what? I know, we're like,
wait a minute. Hold on, wait a minute, girl. Wait a minute, girls. I'm into the episode. Girl, my wife, I'm not just like,
right.
What happened next? Girl, but wait a minute. Wait a minute. I don't even know what I got my arm folded. I feel like I need to say a prayer or something. Hallelujah. We're going to pray. But listen, what happened to the girl who went to get the condom?
So she went down to the lobby. She was supposed to be looking for condoms. She said the condoms are like $20. They remind you they're in Vegas. And she was just like, I'm not about to have sex with him, so why am I, going to get these condoms? She ended up meeting a guy in the lobby. So now she's talking to him. She exchanged numbers with him. And
did she get her $700 already?
When she went back up, he left, but they were all paid.
So
no, they weren't. You're right. They weren't hoes, because a hoe would know to get your coin first. They weren't hoes. They weren't. And that's just something I heard. I don't know that to be true, but I just heard that somebody told me that's what you're supposed to do.
That's Hoefessions.
Somebody told me that's what you're supposed to do, but go ahead, girl.
But yes, they went back up and they had the money, and that was it.
Really? So that was for the weekend?
Yeah.
How did they know that he was one of the? So that he knew that they knew his girlfriend?
Well, they reckon the girl who submitted the story, she said she recognized him, and she said the whole time she was trying to figure out like, who is he? Yeah. And then it dawned on her why they were all sitting right there, and then she even said like, so say if her name was Judy, she was like, Judy's not gonna find out about this, is she? So it was kind of like she had something on him, like, you better not go back to LA and tell anybody about this because I know your girlfriend.
So what kind of drugs were involved?
I believe they were only on alcohol. It was only alcohol.
Not for them.
Right.
For him.
For him.
He had to be on that DPO, honey. Had to 5?
It was. I think it was 4.
But 4?
I think it was 4. Yeah, I said that like that was better, huh?
Right, you like 4.
Well, it wasn't 5.
So now, on average, what would you say? How often do you receive these so people can email you anonymously?
Yeah.
Where can they email you?
They can send it to the gexpo@gmail.com. So that's THEGXPO@gmail.com. I've also accepted DMs. What I've seen a lot is people actually have been
on your Instagram, right?
Yeah.
What's your Instagram for
Gina
the people?
Views, GinaVeiws.
Okay.
They've been creating fake pages to send me the DMs.
Really?
Yeah,
Just to
I
send?
actually appreciate that because I don't want to know who it is.
You are, right.
Yeah.
Because I read that one of the requirements is that you don't use actual names.
Yeah,
Right.
I think
No.
that's great.
That's awesome.
because if anything ever hits the fan, I don't want them ever to be like, "Oh, you're the one that said
Said that,
something."
right.
But that's impossible if I don't know who it is.
who it is.
All of it goes back to this whole concept from back in the day in the newspaper, probably before your time, called Dear Abby.
Right.
Dear Abby, and all of these things coming. Dear Abby was somewhere a place people could write into the newspaper in the section, and she would answer the question. You just be looking for yours to be answered.
Right.
But of
And
course,
the news,
you know.
I remember Dear Abby.
Yes, girl. That's what somebody told me. Oh, probably was you. Somebody much older than me told me about that. Right. But
Girl, right now.
But now they are, because of technology and because of where we are in life, you can do it like this. Man, I think that's awesome. I think what you got is great.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
But how often do you get hit up every day with stories, or how often do they come in?
Yeah, some of them they seem like fake. Like it just seems like over dramatic, like so I'll probably get about maybe 1 or 2 good ones a week.
Okay.
But on the average, I'll probably get about like maybe 5 a week.
Okay.
Do you remember your very first story?
Yeah, the first one was the girl, she had sex with her ex-boyfriend's homeboy.
Okay.
I remember. I looked
Yeah,
at that one.
I think that was the first one. Yeah, I think she had sex with her ex-boyfriend's friend. And I want to say the friend had contacted her and told her like, hey, I want to see you tonight, and she was like, okay. And then the boyfriend ended up hitting her up like, oh, I'm gonna come over tonight. So she ended up canceling with the homeboy, but she was already having sex with the homeboy. And then I think he ended up coming really quick or something like that, and they hurry up and had sex, and then he left, and then the boyfriend never came. He never showed up, so she rushed the homeboy out the house because the boyfriend was supposed to come, but he never showed up. So
she knew the boyfriend was coming, so she had sex with the homeboy anyway.
Yes, because they were already messing with each other on the low.
Oh,
so
Look, it absolutely is.
I wonder if he ever found out.
I honestly, they both follow me. I know the first 2 stories I did, there are 2 of my friends.
Oh,
really?
Yeah, so these are stories that they, because I just let them know, hey, I'm doing something like Strawberry Letter. You know, can you guys send me some? I know y'all nasty. Y'all my friends. Like, send me something. And she ended up actually telling me who all the characters were.
Oh.
And they
right
from
now
both
they just John, Sue, and Sally.
Right.
That's all.
So from both of the stories, all of the people follow me.
Really?
From both the stories, yeah. To where people were commenting like, I know who this is about, but they didn't have anything to do with it. But I was still getting nervous, like, oh shit.
But they people attach you too, because they probably don't. They just wanted to see if you really know. But
right.
if they do know, so what? I didn't tell you.
Right.
If you figured it out because it's that little, then you figured it out because maybe they told you. And that's okay.
I did not dish that tea.
You did not dish that tea. So at the end of the whole session, is there advice that follows, or?
No, I pretty much like for the followers to give their input.
Okay.
By the time I read the end, I'm already drunk. So
girl, she have you a good. You don't have no water.
No.
Yeah, she got a nice glass.
Fermented grapes.
Right. Hopefully that's pesticide free now.
Hopefully it's pesticide free, but if it is,
right.
Because sometimes they make it go taste.
Initially, I was supposed to give advice, but I'd be too drunk afterwards, and I'm really a lightweight. So I just say, comment below. Tell me what you guys think.
But that's good. I think that's great too, though, that they can go and comment afterwards. Yeah.
I mean, that's the society we live in.
Right. Yeah. Everybody wants to give their opinion.
They do. Which is, basically what our show's about today. When is it okay to gossip? Because when you think about it, do you consider that to be gossip when you're telling the story?
I do.
You do?
Yeah. So I didn't expect people to like it as much as they do. Yeah. So when I did the
2019,
first one, I didn't want to be looked at as one of those, because I've been the person that's like kind of behind the scenes for so long on G Expo. So when I've never like put myself out there like that for for me to cuss and be ratchet and say how I feel about things, even drinking on camera was big to me.
Right.
So like when I made the first initial promo video, I'm like, I want you guys to send me your nastiest, craziest, most wildest sex stories.
Okay.
And I put it on Twitter, and Black Twitter, people were like, Black Twitter was responding to the video like, laugh my ass off at the weird girls that's about to be sending in stories. But remind you, this is fresh off of the Whose Man Is This page. So I can only understand. They're probably like, what the fuck is she trying to do? Why is she trying to be like messy, So,
girl, they tune in for that shit. I can't stand this old backwards ass, fake ass people. They be talking always, oh, why she gonna do this? But they be like, when it come on?
When it come on, yeah. So,
are you seeing your paper in?
The reactions the responses were great when I dropped the first episode, and I was even thrown off because there were guys that were like, I love Hoefessions, like, and like I said, initially I was the cypher girl. I went to a day party and people were coming up to me talking about Hoefessions. So yes, I'm like, oh my god, this is so cool, But definitely it is gossip. I would say that it's censored gossip, not censored. What do they call porn? What do they call porn? Regulated prostitution. Do they call it porn?
Regulated prostitution,
yeah. So I think it's regulated gossip. I'm not going to dish out any details as far as who, what,
not
where,
exposing
when.
that actual person's name.
Yeah, there are even some episodes where I bleep out the name because they didn't specify at the beginning of the whole fashion. Exactly, if the name was fake. So the last one yesterday, the guy gave me only initials. It was JB and D or something like that.
Okay.
So I definitely appreciate those, but I have made it publicly like, don't contact me to air out anyone else's dirty laundry.
I saw that and I thought that was awesome.
Because people will contact me like, oh, blah. They know I work with a lot of rappers. So they're like, oh, blah, 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 burnt, blah, blah, blah. And you got a girlfriend, baby mama. Exactly. Like, y'all not about to have me out here fighting. Like, I'm not dishing that tea. Like, no.
Right.
Guys, if you're listening or watching and you want to give us a call so that you can ask Gina some questions, please give us a call, 310-910-9676, extension number 1.
I can definitely appreciate the sentiment that you have behind how you run Hoefessions, because it's very similar to here. We don't want to be mad. It's and I always say this, it's an art and it's a skill and it takes a level of consideration to talk about other people's business and not be messy. It's fun to make a little cute jokes like, oh, a little stealing and whatever, but to just be derogatory.
Right.
And to defame and to just make somebody just to feel low. That's a whole nother level of we know those things exist. We won't name it. We know those kind of things exist, and even without a particular entity, just people in general who are on the internet will do that.
They do.
They don't need no help. So I appreciate that. When I looked at the rules of your thing, I was like, that's dope.
Thank you.
Because not a lot of people, because I was like, shit, I thought we was the only one. But I guess we ain't. Because some people just really, because they know, like you said, sex sells, but not only the sex sells, but mess sells too.
Yes, of course it does.
Even when it's not founded in any truth or research at all, just you say something messy, and it comes up to not be true, and they say, oh, okay, well, whatever. Really?
Yeah.
Anyway.
So can we shoot to a quick little break?
Let's go to a song before we flip and rotate. And we're going to still be here with Gina Views.
And Hoefessions. These are my Hoefessions. Hoefessions. Let me hit it since we on with Gina and Hoefessions. I thought that was an appropriate song considering the topic.
Get a nice angle of Quan while you over there filming and taking pictures. Don't make me look like no goddamn fool. Hi, Quan. Hi, big homie Quan from the takeover. The takeover come to Plop and take over. Come over, take over the little piece of the little piece of meat. That's Quan I was talking to. Hi, Quan.
Hi, Quan.
Say hi to the people at Plop, Quan.
What up, Plop?
Say hi to the people on YouTube, Quan.
What up,
We about to flip and rotate. You gonna flip and rotate with us, Quan? I know you like flipping and rotating sofa cushions.
It depends on what you can find.
That's the facts I got.
What?
That's the emails I got.
Did you?
Word on the street is. I'm just joking.
I'm like, what
ain't that messy?
Gossiping.
You bought into it, girl.
Yeah, I was trying to find out what it is.
That was founded on nothing. See how easy that it turns into the word?
It does.
See?
We live.
Huh? Ah, see? Look at all these rumors. Every day. I just need some time.
Oh, the cushion is still going. So we're flipping and rotating and digging.
Yeah,
trying to see what we can find.
That's the sofa cushion.
I like that.
You like that?
Sound our little sound effect.
I like that you like that because every guy that comes to her be like, that sound like
It doesn't sound like that, but I like that.
Well, listen, this is A+ doing so. Backshot Betty? No.
Wow.
We're flipping and rotating. We're not doing no backshot Betty on the sofa right now. We're cleaning it up. Can we clean it up?
Mm-hmm. We should.
Well, what we gonna talk about first? It ain't but 3 things.
That's it today?
Girl, or whatever you want to add.
20?
Well, you know, girl, sometimes you just have filler shit up in there, girl. Something just get started. We probably can get through this one, honey, because women like to get it out of the way. What you want to do first? What you want to talk about first? We flipping and rotating now, so I'm going to flip and rotate your paper. You want to talk about Kim Kardashian West, Danielle Pantaleo, or Illinois? Let's talk about her. Well, you know what? All of these have something to do with legalities and law.
Right.
In some form or fashion.
They do.
Besides the fact that Kim Kardashian West wants to be a lawyer. That ain't what the story's about, but I just thought about that just now. She want to be a lawyer.
I think that's great.
You do?
Mm-hmm.
You can be whatever you want to be.
Yeah.
You can.
I think that's great. But
she don't want to go to law school or college.
Well, it's some law in California where it's not required, right?
No, it's not required. You just have to do like an apprenticeship. But she's doing an apprenticeship with Van Jones, and Van Jones is based out of Northern California. So I'm trying to figure it out because she lives in LA, and I don't never know she's out there. But okay.
It's possible.
And is Van Jones? Is he actually a lawyer?
He is.
I didn't think he was a lawyer.
Van Jones is actually a lawyer. Yes, he is. But I think it's a good move. It's something different. It will be interesting to see though how if she actually fulfills this, if she actually follows through.
I think this is good for aspirations for you to do that too. But I'm asking this question right here, and anybody is welcome to answer. If you're facing it's criminal law and defense, because that's what she's been said to be doing, getting people out of jail.
I saw an article saying that she wasn't the person who got.
And that's what the flip and rotate is actually about.
Oh, my bad.
No,
that's great.
Girl, you ain't no angel bad. But the only thing I was going to say.
On point.
She is. What I was going to say was, if you facing some heavy time, do you want her to walk into the courtroom and represent you? Honest answer.
Yes.
You would?
Yeah. Why? I just feel like it's a new time, it's a new age, and if they see Kim Kardashian is representing me, then they probably gonna let me out or, cut me some slack or something. I don't see her as being, she seems like a dumb blonde to me.
Huh. Seems like. Okay.
But I don't know her, so I don't even watch the show Keeping Up with Kardashians.
And that could be just a persona.
Yeah. To me, it's like if her dad is who he is, there's no way that you can just be an airhead. And
the only thing I said, people have said that, and I'm like, that don't mean nothing. Just because
it's not relative.
It's not relative at all. Just because your mama can do hair, don't mean you're gonna be able to do hair. Right. We look how many celebrities out there we know that are great singers. They children don't sing.
Yeah. No.
Doesn't mean you can be musically inclined.
But I would just assume that like during their youth years that there was some type of the parents were strict when they were coming up.
Well, no, not so much.
Not.
No, that ain't working either. Gina, come to something like this. That ain't working. Maybe we should go to something else. Because that wasn't the case.
Well, probably maybe before he passed, but I just don't.
Not that either.
No, I mean I'm running out of things, but
you try though.
You pulling.
You put, and I can appreciate that.
It's great.
For you, would you want her to walk into there and be your representation?
I would not. I would not.
A plus Quan, would you want her representing y'all? Now I said you facing life or whatever criminal, any case. Really?
I mean, let me say,
ideally,
it depends on the stage that she's. It depends on the stage that she's coming in. If she's fresh out of, coming right off the bench, probably not. I would not want. I wouldn't want that representation with anybody. It doesn't matter who the name is attached to. I need you to have a little bit more tenure. A little bit more seniority.
Well, the only way you
some
can
work
get
in the trenches
is by experience.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Later on, some years later, maybe 10, 15 years down the line.
So you think she should do some little small cases, little traffic tickets and shit first?
You have to start somewhere, yeah.
I just really
she's
don't.
right from up here.
I don't think she's as dumb as she.
No, I would never call her dumb. She's a woman.
Never,
I never said she was dumb, but
I don't think she's dumb at all.
Well, she seems like she. But you know, it's very difficult to take a woman who seriously be like, I don't know. That baby talk shit wears my nerves.
Yeah,
I can't get into it from no woman.
And that's what I'm basing it off of, actually, too. That voice, that voice that cringes my soul.
You know that you've heard her speak.
Yeah.
Did you know that a lot of the women do that whole? I don't. The baby talking. I can't get into that. But I mean, I need you to put some stern up in that shit if you want to try to fuck with my life.
If she can run these businesses, I'm sure she probably, she has to have some type of intelligence.
Yeah, I think she's very intelligent.
I think so too.
They underestimated Miss Jessica Simpson too on that shit, but Jessica Simpson laughed all the way to the bank.
I just don't know if she can get someone out of. Another thing, I don't know too much about the legal system, but I did question how is it that she's getting all these people off if she doesn't have any credentials yet.
Well, it's not her though that's getting people. It's the team that she's putting money behind a team who's already been doing this for years.
2 lawyers.
So they're in there figuring it out.
They're in the trenches.
See, that's what I don't like. I don't like that they're saying Kim Kardashian got 17 people off of death row or whatever. Like,
well, see, but you know who did that though? Black fucking Twitter.
Yeah. Right.
This is what we have to understand. This is the part that pisses me about the whole situation. Kim Kardashian doing more for black people than black people doing for black people.
That statement right there is ridiculous.
Where?
Right.
Yeah.
Where?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna travel on the Shirley house. But what I will say is that there are 2 actual attorneys who are doing the work, black women. And they took to the social media. One of them is Brittany K. Barnett and My Angel Cody. Those are the actual attorneys. Mm-hmm. And they were like, we've been doing this for years, and we've been trying to get agencies to support this, and most of the agencies have turned them down. They've not put money into it. They said we don't fund direct services for nonprofit organizations or the case may be. She came in, was like, she put the money behind it. So essentially, she is helping.
She's helping.
She financed the situation.
Right. She absolutely is.
The strategy, not her.
No.
It is these 2 black women. Mm-hmm. And but what the only reason why the lady said something is because they said, well, she's never put out there herself that she's done this. The media has ran with it and said this. They've never said totally that. But she did clean. But she did. But the lawyer did clean it up. The only shifty part I would say about that shit is that Kim Kardashian West knows her power, and she could have said that shit herself.
Right. Mm-hmm.
We know what your name carries. Come on, Kardashian, anything is going to get some attention. Garner anyway. It's almost synonymous to, with Beyonce or Michael Jackson. Those names bring attention and money. Like you say that
they do.
People, I know people who get on, their YouTube videos and be talking about, Fortnite, but they'll hashtag Beyonce with her so people can come see it.
Yeah.
So they can get the clicks. They know to come on. So it's like the lady came out and I hated that it had to happen that way because it kind of seems like she's trying to be like what they consider us to be as black women. Like, we got to come out and be loud. But she felt like No, don't go saying that.
Right.
But she did very much say we love her, we appreciate her, we couldn't have done this without her.
Right.
But it is not her who's doing the legal work. It is us. We've been doing this. But I think she probably could have, and the media ran with it. She probably could have came out and said, "Look, guys,
They did
I know
run
y'all
with
saying
it.
A, B, and C, but I'm just helping." She could have did.
And it's not just them. It's a lot of people who we do not hear about day to day who are working on these measures to help reverse these sentences,
Insane,
right?
yeah.
Insane sentences of people who are with minor infractions. So yeah, she's not that. Those aren't the only people who are working on it. But yeah, that irritated me too.
Yeah, I just didn't think it was. I mean, I just was like, you just have a. It just goes along with. Can you control what people say about you in the media? Like, no, you absolutely cannot. No. But you have a look. But with your fame and your level of celebrity, what kind of responsibility that comes with those who are very prominent in that area. They know that I'm probably gonna have to be a little A, B, and C with the situation and say this, whatever the case may be. Or you could just make quiet moves. Like a lot of people didn't even realize that when they had the whole thing in St. Louis, when all the people got arrested for Mike Brown for Beyonce and Jay-Z went out there and flipped the bail on them. Everybody out. Right. They didn't go on and saying we need to do. They just okay.
Quietly.
We're gonna go.
Right.
That's it. I don't know.
She can come get me out of jail though.
Okay.
Those coins are universal. Come on.
Right.
Come on with them coins. She can pay the lawyer, but she can't be the lawyer.
Right.
No, go
Not
pay
yet.
the people. Go pay him, girl.
Right.
I mean, it's just something to be said about going to law. I actually do hair by trade, and I have a lot of my clients who are lawyers who have gone to law school and who are taking the bar.
Yes.
And they're like, we're very interested. They ain't hating on. They're like, okay, do your thing, whatever. But when you work in that field, they have a certain level of respect for those who do the undergrad in the law school.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's the work in the trenches.
It's like when we doing hair, I'm like, I have a respect for people who just like, I'm going to go to school, do A, B, and C. Because we all start off as kitchen tissues, but don't be one. Don't stay one. But I'm just doing an apprenticeship. No, take your ass to school. Don't sit up here in the salon when they do. But they've said we're very interested to see this because the California bar is the hardest bar to pass in New York.
Really?
So and a lot of them do not pass the first time.
No, they don't. I know some people who don't pass it at all, who've taken it several times and still cannot
and they're
pass
like, I'm interested to see if she does it the first time, and that will determine a whole lot of what I probably possibly think. But yeah, they're like, okay, that's fine.
You can say that.
Right.
Let's see what happens.
Right.
Put some action behind it. Next.
So
right.
She's skip and go and collecting $200. She's not even.
But we'll see.
Do not. Well, no, that's what she's just right. What she did.
But I mean, she still has to take the bar.
No, but she's talking about the schooling part of it.
True. Yeah. But you still got to take. That's fine. But you still got to take the bar. So we're gonna see what happens.
What kind of bar? A candy bar?
Right.
I wonder how that works. Like, is it like a standard exam room? Can she do it online?
No, hell no.
No.
Online?
No.
Oh no.
No.
Shit, no. Everybody be a lawyer. I'll be a lawyer. It would be. No. Then you have to no, that bar and it's that bar ain't no joke.
No.
I don't see when it's time to study for the bar and take the bar. Yeah. For the clients I've had in the past that have taken the bar, I didn't see their asses for months. They
right.
Like, I can't even get my.
Just the preparation.
Yeah.
I think it's funny that's being a lawyer is not required. It's not required for you to go to school because I feel like that's one of the only jobs that you should have to go to college for. That and being a doctor or something.
Thank you. Can I just go watch a couple of surgeries and be a surgeon?
But the apprenticeship, it's not as though it's just a year. It's several years under the apprenticeship program.
Okay.
Oh, is it years or is it hours?
Well, I mean, it would equate to the same thing. It's not like she can just go and do 20 hours and, then go and take the bar. She has to put some time in. Well, I understand what you're saying.
Right. She can't? Because like I said, she working with Van Jones, and Van Jones is in Oakland, and she lives in L.A., Calabasas.
Well, maybe she's relocating.
Okay.
Possibly. Next.
Possibly.
Next.
Right.
It's with law.
I can get it out.
Are we gonna talk about this cannabis, or are we gonna talk about Daniel?
What you want to talk about, Daniel, or what you want to do? What you want to do? I want a rabbit. You remember that on Mario?
I don't.
Shanae? Kilolo?
Oh yeah, that's true. We can go to cannabis.
Okay, let's go to cannabis. Illinois cannabis bill.
I don't know what's going on.
In Illinois, they are trying to legalize the possession and sale of marijuana for recreational use. 30 grams or 1 ounce and under. Federal and misdemeanor, actually.
Wow, so I wonder what that means if all those people that are in jail for that would be like.
Well, it means that they would have to release about 800,000 people.
Yeah.
Not only is this bill the bill is very interesting, but you know there's some backlash about it. Not only would they be getting them out of jail, but they will be expunging their records.
Yes, expunging the record.
And Kim Fox, we know who that is. She's the attorney, you know, the prosecuting attorney that was with the whole justice situation for the state. She said she's willing to work with the people to expunge their records.
Their record.
But they're wanting to release
She was on Jesse's side, right?
Well, no, she was the prosecutor, but she ended up the one who dropped the charges, child.
And they also said, though, the governor in expunging records, he also wants to take the revenue from the sales to go and put back into those areas that were disenfranchised and that really suffered because of the harsh drug laws. So that's another thing that he wants to do with the initiative. And they're saying that if they get it passed, it would be January 1st, 2020. But it's 30 grams for residents, 15 grams, up to 15 grams for non-residents.
This sounds crazy.
How much does that, what's the equivalent of that? I don't know.
30
grams. What is that the equivalent to? How many blunts? Break it down for me.
Like yeah.
28 grams times 2.
So like 15.
No. 28 grams. A gram is 2 blunts.
Oh, a gram is 2
Well, you can
blunts?
get 20, right? Yeah, you can get 2 grams.
Oh, really?
If you're rolling a blunt, right?
Oh, really? Oh, so that's a good thing
Technically,
then.
yeah, or an ounce.
Oh.
What?
So that's good.
You rolling wrong?
What's wrong?
No,
What's wrong?
no, I don't smoke.
Oh, okay.
I don't smoke either. That's why I'm asking what's the equivalent to.
I don't know. It just doesn't make sense to do that to me.
To do what?
To make it legal to sell it, and you guys said sell and have possession of it, right?
No, it's not to sell.
Just
recreational use.
So if you want to spark up your blunt,
you like here, like in LA, you can't. It's not legal for you to sell it here, but you can absolutely smoke it.
You can possess it.
Right, you can be in possession of it. But Robert Berlin, who is he's the problem is with the whole bill is Robert Berlin is one of the state's attorneys, and he's opposed to it, obviously. And he's just like, well, first of all, it's going to be a legislative situation because only the governor can pardon people. And if this bill comes into play, then the bill will be the one pardoning people. So he says there's a problem with that. I just think they're just worried about who got the power. Because this bill is also, what they're also upset about is they're not going to be able to determine which one of y'all can get out. Power shit.
It is.
They're not going to be determined. Everybody just go. Yeah. They're gonna determine I want what their own personal shit.
Right.
So they're not gonna be able to determine who can. They have no say so. They have no say so when this bill goes into play.
But is that a negative thing though?
So you would think it wouldn't be for the powers that be. It is.
Right.
But you would also to speak on what you were saying too about them. That they were taking the money to put into the areas specifically they said for blacks and Hispanics who have been disenfranchised, right. But also to help them open up their own dispensary.
Yeah,
the
bill said that too.
That's everything.
Right.
Yeah,
that's making
stupid.
You think it sounds stupid? Really?
Well, you said it sounds good or sounds stupid?
It just sounds stupid for it to just be so accepted. Like, I don't know. It just makes me think, like, what if I'm taking my kids to school and the teacher is high? Like, I don't know. It's just, I don't think it should be legal here. I don't think it should be legal anywhere. But
what if there are provisions in place where you can be tested, because I know that's coming, where they're going to be able to test if you are high or not,
right?
Because they're doing it already with alcohol. So what if they have something in place where you would be held accountable if you're over this limit? You would be fined, jailed, would you be okay with it then?
No, I just think it shouldn't exist. It's just, I don't know. It's just.
I gotta say this: if more people smoked weed, it wouldn't be too many car accidents.
Say it.
It wouldn't be so much drama.
Say it.
People would be relaxed, chilling, and not tripping over nothing.
There's not
but
been
that damn alcohol though.
Right.
You feel me?
Right.
That shit lit.
Right.
You can drink and drive. You're not supposed to. But alcohol is legal.
It is.
There has not been one accident at all, period, because somebody was smoking weed. Nobody's overdosed on marijuana.
But I mean, it does impair you, though. It does impair you.
Doesn't it? How does it impair you and impair you in a way that you can't drive?
Yeah.
No, it does not. If anything, you're going to be more a courteous driver. Yeah. Go ahead. You're probably more likely to not talk on your cell phone if you can smoke.
Well, I smoked on 420 and I had to pull over.
You're a newbie. That's
because you're a newbie.
Okay, but so wouldn't that be applicable though to new individuals who are smoking? They would be impaired, and wouldn't the law?
Well, this is the thing.
Help in terms of that.
It kind of goes along with the whole situation of. You remember back in the day when they would talk about sex education in school, and there was an upward like if there's sex education in school, and it said if you pass out condoms in school, kids are going to want to have sex. Well, they fucking anyway. So it's not that you're teaching them how to do it safely. So just because you're saying marijuana has been legal here in California, how long? That didn't make y'all want to go and smoke. Having it legal is not going to make you want to go smoke.
Well,
alcohol
no, I'm not
is legal
saying,
doesn't make people want to go drink.
I'm saying as far as having something in place to where it can catch or recognize if that person is absolutely
like a breathalyzer.
Yeah, because that's coming. That's in the works.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't doubt it.
I've read it.
I wouldn't
They're
doubt
working
it.
on it.
I wouldn't doubt it, but the thing about it is that a person who gets high, first of all, it's only so high you can get. I don't care how many blunts you smoke.
But
you only can get to a certain level.
But even on edibles, though,
it's
not just smoking edibles, because I've had friends who've eaten too many, gotten sick as a dog, and they were absolutely impaired.
Well, those people
shouldn't have been driving.
Well, those people probably should not have. But you're always going to have exceptions to situations like with alcohol, with smoke.
But that's what
I'm
saying.
Phones,
shouldn't laws be in place for those people who would be affected? They're impaired and they're driving under an influence. Not only alcohol, it could be alcohol and weed, and that person is on the road.
Absolutely, I think that there should be, because the only time somebody.
Well, that was my only question.
Well, the only time that somebody's going to have to do a breathalyzer is if you're driving and you're doing something. They're not going to pull you over because they think you don't look high. If you're doing something that you ain't got no business swerving, do some shit like that, of course you should be pulled over. People drive and drink all the time. People drive and talk on their phone all the time. If they're not swerving and shit, if they don't see you doing it, because right now you can go out of your house. I can leave here and get my car and smoke. I can't smoke while I'm in my car driving. That's illegal. But I can say right now, this could be liquor, and I could just liquor it up and then get my car and go about my business. Then I'm drinking it. Unless I'm doing some shit I ain't got no business doing, like in the driving, nobody's gonna know.
But no, what she was saying is that how she's concerned with it not being regulated as far as if her kids are on the bus the bus driver's high. So, and I was asking her if there was a way for you to judge impairment. Would it be okay then? So
well, the bus driver and those kind of things, they get drug tested. I don't think they are able to do that, because I know about my cousins. I have cousins who are school bus drivers. You can't do that shit. You can't even be on your own time. You can't when you're outside. And I have another one of my cousins who drives a city bus too. You cannot even even just driving in your own car. You can't get no ticket. You can go be out of a job. Your life in that bus and outside of that bus is always under scrutiny. Mm-hmm. So for certain jobs, yeah, they should be. But I think they should be more so worried about these teachers getting more pay. They probably wouldn't need to get high. If they pay these teachers right, or if they discipline these goddamn badass kids they send in the school, they probably wouldn't need to be high. Because I know they said they probably get high. Like, damn, they coming home from school. Shit, what time? At 3 o'clock? Light that shit up. But I do agree with what Gina is saying, that you don't want the people to be in a situation where they're a nurse or a doctor and they're like, oh, well, But normally those kind of professions they probably should.
They're probably drug tested,
randomly,
right?
Yeah, for those professions that do this stuff like that,
I do got one question though. I mean, what's the difference between that and like cigarettes though? You feel me? Like, I mean, yeah, I smoke weed, you feel me? But I hate cigarettes. But I swear
Cigarettes
to
tear me
God, every
up.
time I walk down the street, there's somebody lighting up a damn cig. I mean, you know, I feel like it's the same thing. And I know there's a lot of concern about weed. We got to be concerned about those who's out here doing coke, crack, heroin, and all other type of stuff. You feel me? You can get tested for that, and that could be out of your system in like 3 days. You feel me?
But you know,
what
I
I'm
don't
saying?
even compare weed to those particular drugs because they always say, "Oh, weed is a gateway drug." It's not.
No.
But but I wouldn't even compare those to those type of drugs. I would compare more so to like what you were saying with cigarettes and alcohol because marijuana has a more of a medical benefit than cigarettes and liquor. Because liquor, you tearing your system to pieces in your lungs.
Oh, I agree
fucked up
with that. I mean,
cigarettes.
they've studies that support that. So yeah,
I mean, when you're
I
on with shit,
understand
when you
that.
got certain ailments going on, that's what they prescribe you.
Yeah, that's true.
Take a hit of this. Take a hit of it. But yeah, I feel what you're saying though. Gina views.
I just can't be high. I know that I can't.
Was that your first time? That was your first time?
No, I used to smoke smoke in high school.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but like I was stupid.
You're not stupid.
It was just stupid.
Well, that's
like,
it. I mean, it is a downer, so you will be like,
I'm just staring
I
at
don't feel
shit.
like, right? You know,
I'm
I don't feel
like,
like
laughing
smoking
for
some.
nothing.
Good. You
Yeah.
know what? If you were smoking some stress, you probably would have. It probably would have had a different effect.
They have different.
You
They have
know what
different
I mean?
strains now. We're not just a whole. You know,
It is some crazy stuff that they
It's some-
have out
yeah.
there. If you're starting off with that flight, of course, I agree with you. Especially if you're a newbie, yeah, you're gonna be a little bit paranoid or whatever.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But like, I mean, if you continue to enjoy it or whatever, your tolerance is gonna build up. It's not gonna affect you as much. But then they also say you gotta watch your dosage as well. Too.
You do.
You know what I mean?
It's the
especially with
prescription.
edibles.
I would just hate to go to the nail shop and my nail tech forget a step and my nails start burning.
But you can determine who those people normally are. You can look at them and be like, "This is right." But anyway, Danielle Pantaleo. Danielle Pantaleo is
Danielle or Daniel?
Danielle.
Like
Dickhead, whatever. Go ahead.
right. No, you go ahead.
Oh,
I don't have much on Daniel.
He's the officer who was responsible for murdering Eric Garner.
Eric Garner.
And he is on trial now, 5 years later.
Yes.
Not for murder, though. Not for even killing him. For the use of the illegal chokehold that he used. That was absolutely illegal, excessive, and explicitly forbidden. And he's on trial now to see if he's going to lose his job. And if he loses his job, he will lose his pension. What's so funny, girl?
Because, I mean, it just sounds absolutely ridiculous.
He's been on desk duty for 5 years. It is ridiculous because I'm trying to figure out why in the fuck is he still a cop?
Right. But we know why.
Okay.
Jeez.
He went on trial. He started trial yesterday. And the day before that, his mother, Eric Garner's mother and Al Sharpton, they protested in the rain in New York. They were like protesting for him not to, they were like, this should be. The medical examiner said it was homicide. Why are you still a police officer? And the question people are having now is, why 5 years later?
Yeah.
Because the wheels of justice grind extremely slow.
Well, everybody's entitled to a speedy trial. I personally think that it's 5 years later because he has a better chance of
So you think
getting
they
away with
intentionally
it.
delayed?
Yes, getting away with it because it's not a hot topic anymore.
Right.
Because you can ask some people who Eric Garner, they probably tell you, I don't know. Who's that? Oh, you mean
The
I can't
video,
believe.
yeah.
That's what I'm saying. You ask people that it's not hot. It's not politically charged. So it's like
Wait till it cooled off.
Wait till it cooled off. Because his lawyer said his lawyer Daniel's lawyer says he's being used as a scapegoat.
How?
He said he did not kill that man. He said this man was overweight. He said not overweight. He said he was unhealthy and he was a ticking time bomb. If he had have just accepted his summons, he would be here today.
What? This is why.
Yeah.
And this is why they march, and this is why they protest.
He says he had poor health and he resisted arrest, and that's what set things in motion. And they're like, absolutely, he should have absolutely never died for selling loose cigarettes. Really? Right. You were serving him what? His friend, Eric Garner's friend, testified via video, because he's in prison, via video, and he said Eric was not even selling cigarettes that day. He said, I saw him earlier that day, I saw him later on that day. He actually has the video of the officer talking to his partner on the radio first. Then they rushed behind him. He was 395 pounds. Mm-hmm. Rushed behind him, and they fell into the plate glass window, and you can see him administering the chokehold. The medical examiner did not say, but this is the situation. How do you know he had poor health? Because he was 395 pounds? How do you know that he had poor health? There are skinny people who have poor health and big people who are healthy. Right. I'm a big girl and I'm very healthy. Amen. So I'm just telling you that just because your size doesn't mean he had poor health. No, but if you choke me, not. Right. If you illegally, he wrapped his arms around his neck and clasped his hand like a vice grip. You're trying to kill this man. Mm-hmm. That's going to kill anybody, healthy or not. Right. The medical examiner said it was homicide. Homicide. He said it was homicide due to the pressure on his, what did he say? He said it was a compression, by the compression of his neck from a chokehold and compression on his chest while being forced to be on the ground in a prone position is what killed him, not his health. Right. But you saw the video. Right. It wasn't. They actually played the video in court, and they said his mother and his sister left. They were crying. They had to leave out. Because you don't want to. It's everywhere. They have to relive that every day. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then to see it in court. Yeah. You see this man. You're talking about you're serving him summons. Why are you rushing behind him? And why are you administering the chokehold? And this man telling you, I can't breathe. Because they don't care. They don't care. Topic. Our song for a minute. It's only 9:30. So you gonna do a little two step and then come back? We're gonna do a 2-step. Bam. What we got? A+. Right. We smoothing it out. Still on our Hoefessions vibe. Hey. Welcome back, guys. And you're listening to PLOPP Life. People love other people's problems. We do. And we have our guest here, Gina, who's been with us for the duration of the show number 11. Come on, Gina View. Gina View is in the house. A+ on the ones and twos. Deshon Gray, Sacha, Granger. And we got a guest in the background, the big homie Quan. The takeover then took over, blah. They have. You might as well say something. We keep talking about your name and like you ain't want to be on camera. Get your ass on camera. You gotta go ahead and get the mic. Sugar. Come on this side because the thing is facing this way. You can't talk behind there. But look, come on here. He can talk in your mic. But look, we got an extra mic. You might as well.
Okay, what's going on?
They can't see you still.
We can't. I know they can't see. It's all good. There we go.
There we go.
What's up,
Hi, Quan.
Hi, Quan. How's it going? What's up?
Friday.
Hey, yeah.
So do we want to
Quan, today's topic is when is it okay to gossip?
Okay.
Brought to you by Sacha. She says, when is it okay to gossip? I said, that is a very interesting topic.
It's interesting when you bring that up. Mm-hmm. I'm surprised y'all did not relate the Ayesha Curry story to this, because when she kind of opened up about herself, and I'm not gonna say exposed, but
we didn't see it, but go ahead.
Okay, so Ayesha Curry, I forgot what show it was.
The Red Table Talk.
Yeah, Red Table Talk. Well, she was on there and she, opened up about a vulnerability of hers, and you see how so many people, when just really got on her case
about gossiping.
About herself, about just opening up, and how people start gossiping then and taking what she said as, okay, this is, what do you mean? They started, it's like when you tell the truth, is it fair to gossip when you're just telling the truth about yourself?
So did she open up herself to gossip with sharing this type of information?
Yes.
Well, she opened up herself to gossip the simple fact she married to Steph Curry.
Right.
Well, yeah, that's true too. That's true.
The first thing I will do and take off. Normally, I just read a little discussion. A definition of what the topic is, and normally it's self-explanatory. We talked about self-care, all that was self-explanatory. But the dictionary says gossip is casual or unconstrained conversation. Gossip is casual or unconstrained conversation or reports about other people, typically involving details that are not confirmed as being true. Thoughts?
That sounds right. That sounds about right.
So if we're talking about details that are typically not involved with,
but that are not typically true,
that are not confirmed to be true. So if they're details that are discussing or that you're gossiping or talking about that are not confirmed to be true, is it okay to gossip?
Well, I mean, I would also think, to me, when I think of gossip, it is regarding that definition as well. But I think it's also about information that is true. That you're talking to other people.
Well, they say not confirmed to be true. So it could be true or it could not be true.
Right.
But the person saying it probably don't know whether it is or not. They're just saying it.
Right. I don't think that I gossip. For me, when I think of someone who is spreading gossip, I think of someone who is sharing information with just a whole bunch of random people. Maybe people they don't even know.
Well, it didn't say who they were sharing it with.
Well, I mean, because I know that I gossip. Yeah, I gossip with you.
We don't gossip, girl. I'm just joking.
And I know that it's a safe space. Whatever is being said, whatever we're speaking about, it's going to remain there. We're not going to other people and saying, well, I heard this and that about this person.
Right.
I know I've been around people. They are spreading the gossip about others, but I will just sit back. I'll listen. And I'll take a note as to not share anything with you because you're putting somebody else's business, confirmed or not, out there. But yeah, for me, if you and I are if you're having a discussion with a close friend and it's in that confined space, I think it's okay as long as you're not bringing it out to another area that can really hurt someone maliciously.
Well, see, the trick about that is that even in the definition it said that it's reports about other people typically involving details that are not confirmed as being true. Didn't say that it was negative or positive talk. So gossip, because when we hear gossip, we think, oh, she's talking about somebody, but gossip is also, Sacha got a new job today. That's gossip.
It is.
That's gossip.
So,
But I was reading a little bit about the history of gossip, and in 17th century Britain, a person who was known as a gossip, or they would call a tattletale, they would put an iron cage around their head with spikes that pointed in towards their mouth so they couldn't speak.
What is that today?
What? Yes.
Twitter jail.
So let me ask you: would any of us up here have a metal cage, iron cage on our head?
I would.
Would you, Gina? Why?
Because I gossip with my friends.
Come on, honesty is the best policy. Yeah, I would probably have a cage.
But with that gossip, though, are you bringing it out? Because some people, they share it outside of their circle, which could really do damage and hurt that person. Are you doing that as well?
No.
So it's within your circle. Because we're discussing, is it ever a good time to gossip?
I think it's a good time to gossip if the information is volunteered.
Then is it gossiping?
Like we were, yeah.
If I tell you something, and you've confirmed my business, and you tell it, that's still gossip?
I would say yes, because maybe I wasn't in the room or the place when it happened.
No, I'm saying if I told you.
Yeah, so if you tell me...
Girl, your lashes are beat.
I know.
But go ahead.
I was looking at the glasses.
Thank you.
Yes, girl, I love them. But go ahead, girl. I live for gold lash, honey. But go ahead, girl.
So if you tell me, like, oh, I ran into blah, 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 and he asked me for my number today. And then I go tell somebody else, I'm not confirming it because I'm looking at you as the credible source. But it's not confirmed because I wasn't there. So I don't know if it happened.
You are only Gina View, that's why you the hostess with the most. Because that's true. Because even though you confirmed it from me, you don't know that it's still true. Because you didn't see the situation. And you didn't, how do you know?
Right.
Because people lie.
They do.
They like to lie. But I saw something very interesting, too, because I read that it's being considered by scientists that it's a way to learn. It's a way to learn about cultural norms. It bonds people together. It promotes cooperation. And even as one recent study found, it allows individuals to gauge their own success and social standing.
I can understand that.
Normally, people don't gossip or talk about people that does not hold some importance to them.
Right. That's true.
This is the reason why there's some people we just don't talk about because it's unimportant to me.
They are a
mother freaking factor.
Right. I thought you was gonna handle that for me. Yeah. Thanks.
I did handle it. I was gonna say it. So I mean, there's some people. So is that? So I was like, well, let me see, because it always has a negative connotation to it.
It does.
But
have a negative
and gossiping can be bad. But you asked, when is it okay to gossip?
Right.
And according to those scientists, that's when it's okay. Thoughts? What do you feel about that? What do you feel about that?
I think, well, like I was saying before, I think it's appropriate at times, as long as it's not anything that can hurt the person in the long run, or you're not spreading something that can be detrimental to that person, to their well-being. So I think it is an appropriate time for you to gossip. Because like I said, as long as you are not bringing it, because some people, I had a friend, you're watching.
She was a friend of mine.
All day. I had to distance myself from her because I felt that was what she was doing all the time. Always talking about other people's business, and I'm not concerned with that. I don't
because
need to
people,
know
people love other people's business.
They do, but
hello, Hoefessions.
They do, right? They
okay.
do. But when you have someone though who is constantly bringing other people's business to, I'm the type of personality, I don't need to hear that all day. That was wearing on my energy and my spirit, and I'm just like, why we got to be talking about all these people? Do these people
all
know that you're talking about these people like that?
Right, all the time, girl.
All the time.
That's when but the old folks say, you be careful about them bones, honey, because the dog will bring a bone to you. Carry one back.
Right.
You got to be careful, honey.
I eventually started making excuses that, you know what, I gotta go. I gotta get off this phone. You calling to talk. What did you say it again?
Well, that'll make you question the relationship, too, because you'd be like, girls, the only thing we have in common is other people's business.
Yeah.
Right.
Tell me about your shit.
Right. Never spoke on hers.
No, you're not going to do that. You're not going to
Always
do that.
spoke about other people.
Well, it's been said that we live in a very gossipy society.
We do.
So everything we do, in a sense, is public knowledge.
Right.
Agree? Disagree? You agree?
Yes, I agree.
You agree?
You said everything is public knowledge?
Well, we live in a gossipy society, so
we do. Come on, A+. You pull it.
I mean, in a sense.
Social media.
Yeah. These are because the crazy part about that is we have people, and I'm so glad that you said that, A+. We have so many people right now who are you and we know them. We don't have to explain it because we want them to come on to listen to the show and watch. But you have the people who get onto these social media platforms, and I swear to God, don't have to talk to them at all, period, because their whole fucking business is on the street. Girl, their status is always, girl, I got this. Oh, girl, I just did this. He did that. I'm eating this, and I just got through doing that. I got to do that. And then their next supposed to be everybody all over my business.
Right.
Yeah, I don't like those kind of people. I feel like if you're volunteering your information, then you're giving me authority to talk about it.
You are. You
right.
Open season. Open
for
season. For whatever. Because, and the reason I say that is because everything we do is public knowledge, is because even if you don't post but once a year, and your post is, oh, my son graduated high school, it's public knowledge now.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's up for whatever.
If you don't want to share your gun, don't pull it out.
Come on, girl. Ain't that right? If you don't want to show your blunt, don't light it up. Amen. If you don't want to, I did knock the thing down. That was a good one right there. Listen, y'all heard Gina. Y'all heard Gina Views say that. Anybody in this world hear me say that? I got them Gina Views because I'm sure gonna say it. I'm letting you know right now, girl. What they did? Hashtag repost, honey. I'm taking that one, honey. Yes, I am. What she said. And we have the right to chime in on your situation because you publicly posted it.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, that's true.
People get mad because let me tell you something. But then also too, we'll do, and we've all done our subliminal posts for people.
Have we?
Yes, we do. We're probably gonna do. I do them all the time, girl. I usually wait till Friday to do my petty posts, but I just put them out there. But last week, my spirit told me to do it on Thursday, and I'm talking about. I was like, okay, y'all really like this shit.
Oh,
but
you did it.
But it wasn't for anyone in particular. I just have
not
petty
that
moments.
time.
No,
You just
I have
in general.
moments. Because I'm the mayor of Pettyville.
Yeah.
I do live there sometimes. I'm petty as fuck. Because I'm human. I get petty. But if my kind of petty is, I'll just put it on, little post. But most times it just be funny.
Mm-hmm.
I just put it out there for people to just take. Because most times, I will do it because I guess I'm so old school raised by my grandmother. If I got something to say to you, I really can't do the whole, I'm going to have to call you. And girl, I got something to tell you. I can't put it on there because I'm not gonna take a chance on you because more than likely you blocked any goddamn when you ain't gonna get it. If I got a problem with somebody, you call them up, whatever. But I put them up there because they be funny as hell, and it has taken on this whole situation where people be like, "Oh my God, I need that, I want that one," and they'll just take it and screenshot it or DM it to them because
I'm always asking, send me that, so I can post that.
She be like, put that on my I'm like, girl, it's on the way. Yeah.
So question, was there ever, I'm sure all of us have had someone spread some gossip about us. Was there anything that you could recall that was said about you that really disturbed you and it was not true? It was not confirmed.
Starting with you.
Come on,
your
Gina.
turn. Hostess.
If there was ever anything, I probably haven't heard it yet.
Something you heard. Something you
heard.
Anytime, right? Anytime in your life, right?
All of my exes call me and say that ask me, am I pregnant?
Really?
Yeah. So somebody going around saying you having to do with a child?
No. One of them, he always has a dream about me being pregnant. And then one of them was like, you haven't posted in a long time, so you only post selfies. So wow. It made me, and I'm hearing this for like 3-4 years.
Really?
Yeah, so I'm like, is this somebody going around saying that I got a pudge or something? Like, I got a fupa? Like,
no, you could never.
Girl, please, you snatched honey.
Right.
Has anyone ever? Well,
I want you to answer that. What has it come up? Wait for it.
Well, I'm the talk of the motherfucking town. I mean, there are somebody said me. What was the question again, Alex? Repeat the question. The earphone falling, everything, girl.
Repeat the question for 200.
Repeat the question, please.
Yes. Has there ever been any gossip that you have heard about yourself that has really startled you and made you be like, what?
What? Let me see. Something that made me feel like, what? That wasn't true?
Just really shocked. That was not true.
You know what? I don't know if people have better things to do with their time and talk about me, but I'm being facetious. Let me see. Something that somebody said about me or that was said about me that absolutely was not... Oh gosh, I'm trying to think. Cause I push shit out of my mind, and it don't get to me like that. My skin is so fucking thick. But say something about yours first. Let me see.
Oh gosh, you're making me think. Well, it's been several things.
Oh, I know one. I know one. Oh, I'm glad you said something. I know one.
Come on.
That's my dog down there, right? That's my girl, and I love her. That's my sister. That's my friend. Everything. That is not my fucking lesbian lover.
Oh my gosh! Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
We don't have sex.
Oh my gosh! We
call each other wife. But let me tell you something. Without even saying anything at all, because you can absolutely be soulmates with a person who you're not intimate with.
That's true.
But she herself we post. We have a page, an Instagram page that we just did. But even before that page came along, you take pictures with your homegirl all the time. We always take selfies and pictures together. Somebody reached out. She said, "Oh my God!" Somebody said that. Yes, girl.
Yes.
Somebody reached out to her mother from Facebook, and her mother called a few people, and was like, "Is that Sacha's friend? Like, are they, is that your lover? Like that? Is that her?
Oh, yeah,
yeah,
they sure did.
That's the one I can say was like, what?
Yeah. Oh.
It's been said that me and her, we laying together, we having sex. Right. You know what I'm saying? All that, child. You know what I'm saying? We do it. I could go on and on and on about that.
Oh, she doesn't ever post anybody but her. Mm-hmm. Is that her lover?
Yeah.
I'm like, Mom, what did you tell them? She was like,
and Oprah.
I didn't say anything. I said, well, that's great. She said, sometimes I laugh about it. Like, I don't really care what they say. You can think whatever you want.
Think what you will, because no matter what we say, you're going to think what you want to think any guy.
Right.
Did you hear my little rap?
Right.
Think what you will, no matter what we say. Think what you want to think anyway. Hey. I rap sometime.
Yeah, that was a good one.
You like that one?
That was a good one.
Yeah. Was that yours too, or you have another one?
That wasn't mine.
That wasn't. What's yours?
Mine was... it was. I had a whole bunch of
bitter bees.
Shavonda
Hawkins, she was like, "Oh my, that's crazy and that's messy." It is.
It is crazy.
But you know what? Oftentimes people seeing you what there's already in them. But anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, because I think one of the girls who was asking my mother is a lesbian, and she wanted to know she had a shot,
bitch. Right. I got a shot. Because when that shit fuck up, baby, I'm right here. She was waiting, baby, and waiting in the rears, boo.
She was sliding at
you ain't got no chance, boo. That's not happening.
No. Right. I think for me, it's been so many instances where it's been like really left gossip that I'm like, wow, I can't really? Y'all saying this about me?
What about you a hoe, and what about the pictures and shit that was sent to you?
That's what I was yes. That is where I was going.
Oh, go with it. I'm sorry.
Right.
You see how we be on the same page? That's why she my wife. Now take that how you want.
When I was in college, I had Deshon and I both. We had a mutual friend. Mm-hmm. Well, it was two instances. I had one. This girl, she was really upset. You know who you are because you follow my page, ho.
Oh, y'all took her out of character. Y'all know that's the proper girl. Right. Go ahead.
But she was upset because somebody she was dating was interested in me, and she went and started a rumor saying that I had a disease.
Wow.
She sure did.
She was going to race you out the system.
She thought, but that didn't do nothing. Because he said, baby, whatever you want, give it to me. No, he didn't say that. But really,
yes,
and
yeah, he did. Yes, he did. Whatever you got, I want it.
She thought that was going to ruin me, and it did not. But another thing what Deshon was referencing, in college, we had a mutual friend who I don't even know what was going on.
She following Peter, baby. She following Michael, somebody, because she up on the pearly gates. But go ahead. I can say that. No,
oh my God.
She took an F on that. She ain't. We said the other one was following. Y'all wanted people to know that she's following the steps of hopefully the Lord, because she was messy as hell. She might not be following him. She was.
Girl.
She was messy.
She thought that she sent, so she thought it was anonymous, but we figured it out. She sent a letter to my mother trying to be messy with gossip, saying that I was...
And some photos.
That
I took.
Right.
She took some photos. Can we say? She took some photos in her bra and panties. They were so beautiful. Which is me and her in the room. I took pictures of her. She wanted them for herself.
Mm-hmm. Right. And you did my hair.
Yes, I did.
You did my hair.
She was beautiful. The pictures was left in her room?
I left the pictures in her room, and she sent those to my mother saying that I was...
This is what you sent her to college to do?
Right. She's being a prostitute.
Yes.
This
is what you sent her to college to do?
I had some haters. I got haters today.
But let me tell you something about Mama Ange. That's your mama. What Mama Ange say?
She said, "Oh, the pictures are beautiful."
Thank you. She said, "These are gorgeous."
She sent
molded. Thank you. Oh, you took me back. Molded, corroded.
She sent the pictures. Yes, and she said that I was prostituting in college.
This
which
what you
was
sent her
totally
here to do? Look
untrue.
at this.
With the letter.
With the letter.
Yeah, saying this is what you sent her to. It was horrible, but yeah. I could go
Her
on.
mama didn't fly with it. She didn't fly with that.
She didn't. My mom, she was
didn't.
very dismissive, and she knew that I wasn't at Howard University prostituting.
At all. And she said, oh, but these pictures are beautiful.
She did. Who did your hair, Deshon?
Yes.
That was
Boom.
cute.
Let me see. No one can dim your light because what's for you is only for you.
Right.
Wait. Why everybody always be concerned with who is behind the camera when you take naughty pics? LMAO. It's always a friend behind the camera. Duh. That's right.
Right.
Say it, boo.
And you were right. You were always the one behind the camera. But
Why
yeah,
not?
that's probably why they say we're lesbians.
Well, that's
Hey, David.
We have to be there today.
We do.
Mm-hmm.
A plus, anything was said about you quickly?
Freshman year in college, you know what I'm saying, I had this little boo thing or whatnot.
Come on, boo thing.
And, you know what I'm saying, she used to come to my dorm. I used to go down to her dorm. And then, you know, there was some other guys, you know, in the area or
Was
whatnot.
it the midnight train to Georgia?
I don't know, but they were just gassing our situation up. They was like, man, my nigga be over here getting good night kisses and shit. I love yous. And it wasn't even like that. You know, we were just kicking it. You feel me?
They put extra.
I mean, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I got like a little kiss good night and all that, but it wasn't all lovey-dovey and romantic as they made it sound. And
They saw what they wanted to see.
And I already knew they was trying to get at that, you feel me? So, you know, it is what it is.
Little hate, little salt. Interesting.
Well, listen. It's almost that time.
Gina View.
Gina, how did you enjoy yourself? Tell the people how. Did it hurt?
No, it didn't
Did
hurt.
it feel good?
It felt great.
Did it feel good enough to ever come back?
Yes.
Did it feel good enough for me I can come on? Gina said I could come. Gina, tell the people what you're trying to do next.
I want to do a live Hoefession where I have people come on to the show and tell their Hoefessions, and I also want to do a Hoefession panel.
Really?
She
you
said I
think you
can
gonna
hold
get
fast.
them to be?
She said I can hold
I
fast.
don't know.
You gonna hold
fast? She was like, I think it's gonna be hard for people to come out there. I was like, I'm here. I'll hold fast.
Oh, you hold fast?
Yeah, I'll hold fast.
Go ahead, do it for
I'll
both
hold
of
fast,
them.
I'll hold fast for you.
You know all the secrets anyway, where all of the
Girl, I'll hold
bones
fast.
are
Girl,
buried.
I'll tell my whole girl. I got enough stories of my own. Child. I won't tell your business, girl. I can't tell your own business, girl. Come out there and hold fast. You can come out there and witness, though. But yeah,
Definitely.
that would be great.
That would be awesome.
You got to set that up.
You do.
Gina, tell the people where they can find you at.
You guys can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Gina Views. You guys can catch up with GExpo TV on my Instagram on the IGTV story, as well as www.gexpo.tv. And Hoefessions drops every Monday. I mean, it's supposed to be 10 o'clock. Sometimes I'll be faded. It might not come out till maybe 10, 11:01, maybe 12, maybe 1 o'clock, maybe the next day. But it's going to come out.
But the whole is going to be Festions, baby. The whole Festions
Where can they email you if they want to send something anonymously?
Right.
Oh, please send your Hoefessions right now. I'm looking for Memorial Day Hoefessions so I can read them on Memorial Day. So you can send it to the GExpo at gmail.com. That's THEGXPO at gmail.com. You can also send it to me in my direct message on Instagram. Please leave out specific names. Please change the names. Please do not contact me to tell me that this rapper burnt your friend. I don't want to know
Don't
that.
air nobody else's business.
No,
Tell about
air
your
your
shit.
own.
Yeah. I am open to fake profiles, so you can create a profile and send it to me. I will absolutely prefer that I don't know who you are, so I don't look at you funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, try to send those Fridays if you can by Friday, so I can go through them and pick it by Sunday. That's when I record.
Ooh, that's
Great.
I don't got no holiday hoe fashion, honey. I try to keep it down with holidays. You know, with the kids on holidays, ain't no hoeing going on. But next week we're gonna have who's gonna be on next week?
Next week we're gonna have Say Right on our show next week. Yes.
She's from TMZ, right?
She is.
And she's a comedian.
She is.
She's hilarious. Next week's topic is about
Houston, H-Town.
Next week's topic is about energy. What's your energy? Let's talk about energy. This is the ministry A+. We got to minister to the people. We want to thank Cheesecake Des Granger. No, Des Granger. We want to thank them. We want to thank you all for plopping down with us, and we enjoy you. And please hit us up on plopplife@yahoo.com if you want to send us music or whatever. We'd love to hear from you.
We do.
Talk about your business first before you talk about somebody else's, okay?
Right.
Plop out.
Plop out.